Hello.
You say hello, Gwenny? Hello.
Hello. And I'm eating hello. And
Careful, please. You don't need the ketchup everywhere. Okay.
And there's Mommy's coffee. And there's the Bible. And there
Gwenny,
is...
pick the eggs if you just falling everywhere all over the table.
And
Thank you.
there is the bananas and apples. And
Alright,
those like
we're going to continue on with the adventures of Chatter the Red Squirrel. We are at
I hope the owl's gonna listen.
chapter 19. Peter Rabbit tries to help.
Why?
Because he feels bad. Peter Rabbit is one of the kindest-hearted little people of the Green Forest of the Green Meadows. He is happy-go-lucky, and his dreadful curiosity is forever getting him in all kinds of trouble. Perhaps it is because he has been in so many scrapes himself that he always feels sorry for others who get into trouble. Anyways, no sooner does Peter hear of someone in trouble than he begins to wonder how he can help them. So just as soon as he had found out for himself that Sam and Jay had told the truth about Chatter the Red Squirrel and that Chatter really was in a prison at the Farmer Brown's house, he began to think Gwen, quiet, to find ways to help Chatter.
Why?
I thought you said bye. He wants to help. Now, of course, Peter didn't know what kind of prisoner Chatter was in. He remembered right away, Edward, that is too loud. He remembered right away that about Prickly Porky the porcupine had gnawed a great hole in the box in which Johnny Chuck's lost baby has kept by Farmer Brown's boy. Edward, put the car up and eat your eggs. Why shouldn't Prickly Porky do as much for Chatter? He would go to see him at once. The trouble with Peter is that he doesn't think of all sides of the question. He is impulsive. That is, he goes right ahead and does the things that he comes into his head first, and sometimes that isn't the wisest or best thing to do. So now he scampered down into the Green Forest as fast as long as the legs would carry him to hunt for Prickly Porky. It was no trouble at all to find him, for he had only to follow the lines of trees that had been stripped of their bark. Edward. Good afternoon, Prickly Porky. Have you heard the news about Chatterer? Said Peter, talking very fast, for he was quite out of breath. Yes, replied Prickly Porky. Serves him right. I hope it will teach him a lesson. Peter's heart sank. Don't you think it is dreadful? He asked. Just think, you'll never be able to run and play in the Green Forest again unless we can get him out. So much the better, dreaded Prickly Porky.
Why did they want Chatter out?
Well, Peter does because he's sad for him. He always was a nuisance. Never did see such a fellow for making trouble for other people. No, sir, I never did. The rest of us can have some peace now. Serves him right.
I really am sad about Chatter.
Yeah. Prickly Porky went on chewing bark, and the Chatter's troubles was no concern of his. Peter's heart sank lower still. He scratched one long ear slowly with a long hind foot, which is a way he was when he was thinking very hard. He was so busy thinking that he didn't see the twinkle in the dull little eyes of Prickly Porky, who really was not as hard-hearted as his words sounded. After a long time, during which Peter thought and Prickly Porky ate and ate, the latter spoke again. What have you got in your mind, Peter? He asked. I was just thinking how perfectly splendid it would be if Edward sit up. If you would go up there...
I'm tired of sitting.
Sit up and obey now.
Why do I go to my mat?
Well, you can assume almost done. Get up there, gnaw away out of his prison, sir, Chatterer, replied Peter timidly. Ha! Dreaded Prickly Porky. Ha! Some folks think my wits are pretty slow, but even I know better than that. Put on your thinking cap again, Peter Rabbit. Why can't you? You're not afraid of Bowser the Hound or Farmer Brown's boy, and everybody else is accepting Jimmy Skunk, persisted Peter. For the very good reason that if I could gnaw into his prison, Chatter would have gnawed out. If he can't gnaw his way out, then those sharp teeth of his, I certainly can't gnaw myself in. Where's your common sense, Peter Rabbit? That's so. I hadn't thought of that, replied Peter slowly and sorrowfully. I must try to think of some other way to help Chatterer. Guinevere, sit up, please. I'd be willing to try if it was of any use, but it isn't, said Prickly Porky, who didn't want Peter to think that he was as hard-hearted as he seemed at first. So Peter bade Prickly Porky goodbye and started for the dear old briar patch to try to think of some other way to help Chatterer. On the way, he walked up to Uncle Billy Possum and Bobby Coon, but they couldn't give him any help. It doesn't seem to be any way I can help, sighed Peter, and there really wasn't. Alright, that is the end of the adventures of Chatter the Red Squirrel. Please say goodbye, Edward.